Hi, my name is Benjamin Ng and welcome to Expression Tutorials. Today I'm going to teach you about keyframing in After Effects. So I'm going to go and create a new composition. The settings aren't all that important, so just hit OK. Now I will create a new solid and the color white is good. And now I'm going to import a file. An image is good. And let's drop that onto the composition. That will just create a new layer for us. If I click on the triangle next to the layer and then the triangle next to transform, that's going to show all of the attributes of this image. So right now this image is static. For the entire movie it's not going to move. However, I can click on the stopwatch icon and set a keyframe. So at 0 seconds the position is locked. Now I'm going to say at 4 seconds the x coordinate is 1200. And you can see what happens when I press play. See? Now, I can move around these keyframes, which is very useful, of course, and I can also add additional keyframes. So let's go to 3 seconds or so and add another keyframe. I'm going to type in 200 this time. Now you can see what happens when I press play. Okay, if I select all of these and hold down the Alt key, I can lengthen or shorten the distance between all of these keyframes, which can speed up or slow down your animation depending on what you want to do. I can also, if I simply select some keyframes, copy by pressing Ctrl+C and paste by pressing Ctrl+V these keyframes, which is obviously very useful if you need to repeat some positions in your animation. So after the third keyframe, it's going to return to the first and start again. Alright, so now let's try to add another keyframe, except this time the image moves vertically. Whoa, why is it curving like that? Well, let's go to the graph viewer to find out what's going on. So the graph viewer is in the upper right hand corner of our little layer panel right here. So click on it. These bars represent the position of the image as it changes over time, and you can go check out the speed also. So as you can see, between 3 and 4 seconds, the amount of movement spikes. Let's go back to the position or value graph. So you can see on the X movement, it's quite erratic, but and in the Y movement, it's only changes near the end when, of course, it moves down. Why is there this curve though? So let's select a couple of these keyframes and right-clicking, go to keyframe interpolation, and you can see it's auto Bezier by default. So if we change it to linear, it's just going to go straight, and you can see on both the graph and the composition that the movement will be purely straight. I don't think I need to show you that, but let's go and interpolate the keyframes again and change it to Bezier. So now you can see how some Bezier handles have appeared on the composition, and you can stretch these, which can create some really wacky, movements. And you can see how that's changed in the graph editor as well. So let's play it with these new changes and see what happens when we come across these curved keyframes. So that's a pretty reasonable introduction to keyframes. There's more, but that'll get you pretty far. Good luck.